Hello and good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome back, guys. I just want to say first and foremost, thank you so much for watching the first 3 series. We got a huge turnout and I really appreciate that. So you guys must be gay out there because you're watching. So today in part 4, we're going to be talking about how do I know if I'm a lesbian? But I like fictional men and celebrities, so clearly I'm not gay. But I think I liked men before. And conflicting feelings about men, because you wouldn't be here if you didn't have them. So if you're here to hear about all of those things, make sure you subscribe, please, and we will get straight into the video.
Hello, my beautiful peoples. My name is Savonne Pearson.
And I'm Alysse, Samara.
And girl, we are about to rock your world.
We about to rock it. We about to rock it.
So as always, go ahead and go to the description box if you want to see the full Masterdoc, but we will be reading this with you guys because I know some of y'all are lazy and y'all just want to hear us read it. And that's cool. We love you.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
How do I know if I'm a lesbian? If you're questioning if you're a lesbian, it's way more important to ask yourself if you can truthfully be happy with a man than if you're attracted to them. Ask yourself if you can have healthy, fulfilling relationships with men and actually want to be with them.
Wow.
How do we feel about this?
Ask yourself if you can have healthy. I think healthy is a huge word there.
And fulfilling.
Yeah. That's also a huge word. Yeah, because it's like healthy obviously is what makes the relationship go round. And I feel like my relationships with males, they were not healthy at all. They weren't balanced. But fulfilling, I think, like you said, is the biggest one. Yeah. If you want to get a little bit into that.
Well, because I think that you have to think about what you actually need in a relationship to be happy, and that's fulfilling to me.
Yeah.
And if men don't have that, then they don't have that.
And how I translated it just felt like there was this longing feeling like I was missing something. Like there was a piece, like I'm like, is this really it with these men? Is this it? Is this what this true love stuff is? Like, this is it? I didn't feel that huge passion or anything. I didn't feel fulfilled.
Yeah, I can definitely relate to the missing piece.
Yeah.
Feeling.
You can be attracted to men or not know if you are because of comp het, and it doesn't mean you want to be with them. Attraction is supposed to feel good. Ooh. Ooh.
Say it again.
Attraction is supposed to feel good. Remember that as we keep reading.
If being in relationships with men isn't appealing to you, if you can't truly see yourself ending up happy in relationships with men, or if your attraction to men makes you uncomfortable, you may be a lesbian.
This sounds like an infomercial. Hold on, we have to read this properly.
Pause.
If being in a relationship with men isn't appealing to you, if you can't truly see yourself ending up happy in relationships with men, or if your attraction to men makes you uncomfortable, you may be a lesbian. Lesbian isn't a dirty word, and being lesbian is beautiful.
It is.
I feel like my early introductions to the word lesbian it wasn't a positive thing. It didn't feel like no one really said lesbian. And honestly, I'm going to be honest, like when I saw lesbian, it was porn. Like porn, I feel like that's the only time where I really saw like, you just see lesbian this or lesbian that. And it was always in a sexual context.
Wow.
Yeah, now that I think about it.
That sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, so it felt like, I think that contributed to like it feeling dirty for me because I was like, I watched it and like, I see these overly sexualized women in porn.
What I have highlighted here is if your attraction to men makes you uncomfortable. That one really hit home for me because I was just like, I felt uncomfortable, definitely.
All the time. Yeah.
I was just like, like I would be like, ooh, like, it's like exciting, but then it's like, when you get more intimate, it's like just kind of uncomfortable and just
the thought of it was exciting, and then it actually happened, and it's like, yeah. That's how I felt a lot of the time, most of the time, all of the time.
The word lesbian being dirty. I never really heard the word lesbian a lot, and I didn't even really think about it until you said something about the word.
I didn't think about it until I said it.
But, yeah, that was the only place where I really saw the word lesbian. Whenever I thought about lesbians, I just thought about the word gay, honestly.
Yeah.
It was just all synonymous to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew
like
what it was.
Gay people. And then lesbians were kind of into that. And I think that's another topic I kind of want to explore. I talked about this with one of my friends, and I asked him, I was like, okay, so he was from a small town, and he said that in a small town, people usually don't like gay people. And I was like, okay, yeah, but does that extend to women, or is it just men? And he was like, oh, I never thought about that. He said most of them has been like towards men. So I wonder how people perceive women relationships versus men. And he said, like, they don't really take that serious or anything. And I'm just like,
wow.
Yeah. So it was just a different type of insight.
Taking it serious, though. Yeah, a lot of men actually don't
No.
take it seriously. Ugh.
No.
I had a disgusting comment from somebody once, and they was just like, oh, referring to me and another woman, I don't think that you can handle her. Like, why would you even say that?
Yeah.
Just because I talked about how beautiful she was. Like, why? First of all, why are you sexualizing my comment?
No.
Second of all, why?
No.
Would you even say that? Like, excuse me?
Many lesbians still struggle with compet even when they know they don't want men. No, they don't want men. If you love women but feel fake about it, just remember that those feelings are the product of a patriarchal society which has conditioned you to believe the false idea that you are defined by your ties to men. That's a statement.
Whew. Misogyny.
Man. This can be really difficult to remember at times, and it might take you a year later, and I'm still having this stuff, so a while, before you can fully love a woman without feeling like you're somehow wrong. But just know that there are a million other women who are in the same boat as you are, meaning that this is a problem with society and not with you. Now, I will say just in general, I never felt like it was wrong for me to be with my girlfriend. I really didn't have that sense of it being wrong. I just always felt like I just felt the outwardness from society, and then of course compet, like condition, like the way my brain is conditioned. But I never felt just personally wrong being with a woman. Have you? Yeah?
Yeah. I think it's mainly because, I don't know, did you grow up really, like, in church?
My mom, like, kind of... She transitioned. She was, like, not religious, then she went, like, super religious. And so I was kind of anti at that point. So, like, I was just, like, looking at it with a side-eye type stuff. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I kind of always side-eye it. My religious upbringing definitely had an impact on what I think about it. Like, I will say that my current church home doesn't talk down on gay people at all. Like, I've never heard it, but I also never heard them talk about it.
Yeah.
You know, so it's kind of like, I don't know. And it's just like, I know I go to church with other people who are out, like openly out, but it's just like, then again, it's still a small population. I just don't really know where my church stands with that, honestly. Yeah. I know where my family stands, and it's not really great right now. Yeah. So that's kind of where my bit of wrongness comes from.
Kind of stems from?
Yeah.
I feel like the only time I really felt like it was wrong, and I think just being gay in general was wrong, was because when I'm a childhood sexual abuse survivor, so the things that happened to me when I was a kid was with another girl. And so it was just like, it was wrong, not because it was with another girl, but it was a family member. So that's why it was wrong, but I associated that whole thing with, like, being with girls, anything, like, no, like, stay away from that. And I think my like, attraction to women kind of, like, took me by surprise. And, like, kind of, it was kind of jarring because it was, like, fighting these feelings of, like, that was bad, like, that was wrong what happened in your childhood, but this is okay. Like, so it's just, so that's kind of the struggle I've been having with it. And I still kind of have a lot of sexual trauma, so it's just hard adjusting to being with women. I mean, I just am now getting comfortable being intimate fully with my girlfriend because of that type of stuff, so.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very brave of you to share.
Yeah. Thanks. I didn't expect you.
I'm sorry, I kind of get deep. I really get people like this.
Yeah. No, definitely.
But,
we're here. We're going to always be honest. We're
Yeah.
going to be authentic with you guys. We're not going to BS you. We're not here to sell you on being a lesbian.
No.
We're just here to tell you that it's okay.
And you're not alone.
No.
If you're in that position
No.
where someone's making you feel that way, you're not alone.
And also, everyone's story is different. Like, everybody's different. I may have experienced that, but just like she said, she had a prior experience with, like, in the church, and that's what kind of stemmed, it was different for her. So we are all different, and it's okay. We just all have different stories, and we wanted to share ours.
Right. But I like fictional men / male celebrities.
This is a topic we've been wanting to talk about, so this is
Yes.
super exciting.
Okay.
So this is what's in the title and the thumbnail. So this is what you came for.
Oh, yes. I forgot we were doing that. So, lesbians are allowed to like male celebrities and fictional characters. It's usually a symptom of compulsory heterosexuality. Sorry, comp het.
But you said that thing. You said it. Can we just give her a round of applause? Can we just drop a like just for her saying that fully in the sentence? You know how hard it is to say that word?
Yeah.
Those two words?
Together?
Fluently?
Like, you...
Seamlessly she
Ma'am.
did that. Drop us a like just for that.
Thank you. Male celebrities / fictional characters are completely unobtainable crushes, and thus it allows the lesbian in question to distance themselves from men.
Stop right there. Whoa. No, really, because I had so many crushes.
Same.
So many crushes
Same.
as a kid. And we talked about our infamous crush.
Jaden Smith. Now, we're not talking about, like, you know, current Jaden. We mean Karate Kid Jaden.
2010 Karate Kid, like, now he's bigger than me, taller than me, and he's stronger than me, and older than me, and his arms a little bit longer than me, but he ain't on the JB song with me. We talking that Jaden Smith. Yes. That was my man. Like, period. You couldn't tell me anything.
Yes, I loved him so much.
His birthday is July 8th, 3 days from mine. So I just thought we were the perfect match and we were going to get married naturally. I mean, look at him in the Karate Kid, and I'm Savonne Pearson. Like, this was it.
Period.
But then when I came out, or when I was questioning my sexuality, I was like, but I like these males. Like, I mean, I like them. I like Cole Sprouse. I like all these people. Like, he's cute. I like him. Like, who? I'm trying to think who else. Who else did I have a crush on? Everybody on Hannah Montana.
Jaden.
Including Miley Cyrus.
Not Miley. Anyways.
Basically, what this statement is saying is, it is completely okay for you to have male celebrity crushes because you literally can't touch them. Idris Elba looks great on that TV screen, but not in your bed. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, Michael B. Jordan.
Him. I was literally just thinking of him.
Looks great.
Great.
On
Fine
screen.
man.
But in your bed, you're like,
Cut it. Shut it down.
hey, cut it. Cut it. Cut it.
Shut it down right there.
Cut it. Because it's impossible to ever be with that person. They get to avoid the romance and intimacy, which is usually something that girls can recognize that they don't want in men, but exactly can't place why or what it means. Yes, ma'am, your questions have been answered. Just because you like that male celebrity, it don't mean you want to be in the bed with them. No.
Even if the attraction to male celebrities / fictional characters is not an effective comp het, which would be really hard to figure out, it's really fair that straight women can have girl crushes and straight men can have man crushes without anyone telling them they can't be / aren't straight anymore. So the reverse should not be applied to lesbians.
Wow.
Did we even ever think about that?
No.
I don't think anyone ever thinks about that.
Wow.
Like,
So what we're saying is, I can have a male crush, just like you straight girls have a girl crush.
It's like when married couples like have like their celebrity hit list.
Yes, exactly.
It's okay because you can't touch them anyway.
Gay.
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 Gay edition. Let's remember that.
So that takes us right into, but I think I've liked men before. You can identify as a lesbian if you liked men in the past, but no longer are attracted to men or want to pursue relationships with them. Yes, you heard that here first. You can be a lesbian and have had relationships with men. Lots of lesbians have dated or had genuine relationships with men before realizing that they were lesbian. And that doesn't make any of them less a lesbian. Can we stop?
Can we talk about it?
Can we stop lesbian shaming? Like,
please.
A lot of us are not gold stars at all. It takes a long time to figure it out. And then you got society coming at you like, boy. Like, come on.
Let us figure it out.
People take a minute to figure it out. And that's okay.
Let the baby gays grow.
I just want to say that this doc is not a official government document.
No.
There's a little bit of typo, and it's okay.
No, it's not a published journal or anything of the sort.
But the content
is solid, though.
Yes.
It resonates with a lot of us.
All right. Lever, Kronk.
Back in again. If you don't care about men or would no longer like to be with them, you can be a lesbian now. It's a now identity, and it matters how you feel now. And JG Wentworth, 877 cash now. Jeez. Okay, why do I keep highlighting all the statements that sound like ads?
It really does sound like an infomercial. Let us know in the comments below if you want us to make the lesbian infomercial, because you know we're down.
That would be a hit.
That would be a hit. We'd be down.
We could be
down. 877 cash now.
Hey.
You're a lesbian now.
But yo, okay, about this statement, for real. I wonder how the lesbian community feels about this.
Yeah.
Because, again, like I said in our last videos, it was hard to break out because y'all love y'all some gold stars. Yeah. And I get it.
So much. But then
not everybody can be one.
But on the low, they like straight girls. I don't understand. Are we not gonna...
Look, we're not even there yet.
It really is. Like, how do you feel? How do you truly feel? What's going to make you sleep better at night? What's going to make you sleep better at night? Who are you going to sleep better next to at night? Who makes you happy? Who makes your butterflies go everywhere? Who makes you blush for real? We love you guys on Reddit. Shout out to Reddit.
The lesbian, queer Reddit threads out there. If you're from any type of Reddit, give this video a thumbs up. Let us know that you're out there.
Yes, comment below if you're from Reddit.
We want to interact with y'all.
Queer women of color.
Queer women of color.
Ooh, yes.
I mess with y'all the most.
I love y'all. Come on. Let us know in the comments. You're not interested in men, so you can ID as a lesbian regardless of how you felt in the past. If you ID as a lesbian now and then meet a man and fall for him, it would be wrong to call yourself a lesbian. But having a relationship with a man in the past does not mean that you can't be a lesbian now. So literally, your past self should not define what your current self is. You know those guidelines that we abide by with everything else when we say that people can change? People can change as well.
Many lesbians have previously liked men at some point in their lives before realizing they are lesbians. Now, a common misperception is also everyone is born knowing they are gay, and that's not necessarily true.
No, not at all.
Yeah, no.
Not at all. Yeah, no, not at all. It can be because of both nature and nurture. Hold on. Let's get into this. Ooh. If you have had terrible experiences with men and now you would like to no longer date them because you don't see yourself being truly happy with a man and would only like to date women, you can be a lesbian too.
This is so affirming because it's like, I feel like a lot of lesbians don't really think this way. No. Like, they're like, oh, well, you're like men, you're only done because you're done with men. What?
On the other side of the spectrum, I actually wanted to talk about this because I don't know how much I fully agree with it. So I'm going to highlight a little bit of it so I can talk about it. So I met this girl who, when I first became friends with her, she saw that I was gay, and it would be weird because on the other side of the spectrum, like, she would be with her straight girlfriend and she'd be like, oh my god, that dude is so fine, I have to go talk to him, blah blah blah. But when she was around me, it was always like, oh, that girl looks so good, look at this girl, like, oh my god, I'm gonna go jump her bones. Like, I'd be like, okay, like, I'm gay, but I'm not like that.
How old is this girl?
I really did just throw that out there. Let me not make her seem that lame. I'm sorry. But anyways, so basically, I asked her, like, we were just talking about, you know, she's like, when you came out, she asked me about my coming out story, which is super personal or whatever, but she just kept asking me questions. So I'm like, okay, cool. Let's just talk about it. And she told me that the reason why she likes women is because all the trauma that she had with men before, and so she just thought it would be easier to be with women. And I'm like, I don't want you to ever, like, I don't want people to have that false notion that because they're avoiding being with men, that just automatically means that they like women. That's not what that means. That means you need to go to therapy and address that trauma with men. So I don't want to put that out there that, like, just because you just wake up one day and you're like, okay, I'm done dating men, I'm gonna go date women, that makes you a lesbian. Because, like, I
didn't think about it in that terms.
Yeah.
I think that that's different from how I was thinking about it in my head when I was saying, like, okay, like, this is cool. I just think that, like, if you've been through all the other steps and you can see yourself happy with a woman after having dated men, then it's affirming for those people. But you can't just, well, I won't say you can't just, but, like, if it's just about trauma, you have to address that trauma before trying to get with anybody.
No,
like,
at all.
and I feel like in doing that, then you'll find yourself.
Yeah,
but whatever it is.
Yeah. It really, she's like, you feel that way too? And I was just like, no, I just saw this girl undressing in the locker room and I, like, covered my eyes when I was a kid, and I was just like, oh, maybe this means something else. It's okay to try on the lesbian identity and see how it fits you, because many lesbians were unsure of how they felt about men until they identified as lesbians. I think the same kind of thing with that. I mean, I'm not saying you could, like, just jump, just throw on this label and now I'm suddenly a lesbian, but that just, I mean, you're bi-curious, you're questioning, so, of course, if these criteria fit you, then yeah, you're a lesbian.
Yeah, you just gotta do the work on yourself, figure it out, find yourself.
And also, I don't want you to feel like that you have to have a label immediately, because I felt like I was a label, like, I wanted labels for everything, like, yeah, lesbian, like, I'm a lesbian, here's my new one. But you don't need that, because, like, when I was questioning, I went back and forth between bi and lesbian. I was like, I don't know, and it took me a minute to figure all of this out. So don't rush it to get to labels. You don't need them. You don't. Just know what you like and you'll be happy. If you think you feel attraction towards men but don't want to date or be with them, and instead want to date and be with women, then you can be a lesbian. Lesbian does not need to mean only experiences attraction to women. It can mean only feels comfortable, only prefers, and only prioritizes women in relationships with them. Let me just read this next sentence before I bring my thoughts into it. Many lesbians have found out this way that their attraction to men was in fact compact. The last sentence, spot on. Yep, chef's kiss. But these first couple of sentences before, I don't know. What do you think about this? Lesbian doesn't need to mean only experiences attraction to women. It can mean only feels comfortable, only prefers, and only prioritizes. I think that's an interesting statement to say.
But I don't know how I feel about that. And that's how I felt when I read it, I think, too. Yeah. I was just kind of like,
lesbian means you're attracted to women. And yes, that is what you act on. Like, you're a lesbian, you're attracted to women. I can't be out here saying that I'm a straight girl and I'm just attracted to women. Like, it doesn't work like that. And I just feel more comfortable being with men. That doesn't make me straight. Like, it just makes me a gay person who just succumbs to society. You know, like, I don't know.
I feel like that sentence is like, it just makes me think of bisexuality, not lesbianism.
This is not lesbianism at all.
Prioritizing women doesn't, in their relation, is, I don't know.
Yeah, I think, and that's when you bring in, like, those who are physically attracted to men, or physically attracted to women, but are mentally attracted to men a certain amount. So, like, there's different percentages where people are like, I don't know if it's called aromantic. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but, like, where you can be somewhat attracted to women this way and somewhat attracted to men that way. You could just be physically attracted to women and just be mentally attracted to men, but you don't want to do anything, like, physical with them. So that brings in other parts of the spectrum, but that does not mean lesbian.
Wow, so that's interesting.
Yeah.
Attraction is super complicated. It's possible to recognize a man is attractive, but not be attracted to him. Attraction is often coerced by societal conditioning, and some lesbians have hypothetical attraction to men due to comp het.
Yeah. Yeah. I can recognize that Idris Elba is an attractive man for a woman out there.
Mm-hmm.
Am I that woman? No.
No, ma'am.
No. It's just really as simple as that. Allowing people to identify based on where they are willing to put their romantic and sexual energy is more powerful and gives people more agency. I agree with that. Yeah.
I mess with that statement.
It is what you make of it, but again, labels are not like the hugest thing.
They're not everything.
They're not everything. But if you're a lesbian, you're a lesbian. Let's call it spade a spade. And the last section is going to be conflicting feelings about men.
You can really genuinely have warm, positive, strong feeling towards men, and they can still be comp het. Comp het is the assumption that any feelings that you have towards a man must be attraction, because society talks all the time about hetero love and attraction. So when you feel something towards a man, you think, oh, this must be what it's like.
And it's not. It never is. Then, as a part of discovering your sexuality, you try to find ways that you find men attractive, which is why you're here. You think, I'm not attracted to physical appearance, only personalities. Did I say that in the first episode?
Yeah.
Or I only like feminine men. Or you find ways to make yourself aroused by men by imagining them in all kinds of unusual scenarios until you hit one that appeals to you. Man, somebody just got smacked in the face. Although I've never done that. I just pictured women. I just pictured girls.
That's a no.
Yes.
That's a no. I was picturing the nameless, faceless thing.
Oh, no. It's talking about like sexually, like being aroused.
Oh.
Like when you get aroused. When I get aroused, I like to picture a nice woman there.
Then when you can't follow through with this attraction in real life scenarios, when you have a chance to have romantic sexual relationships with men, you assume that it's some broken part of you that's stopping you, or some quirk of your personality, or a circumstance of your life.
I have high standards.
Or
I only like older men.
Or
I have some incredibly obscure made up sexuality where I only like men
until they like me back. That last part is so funny to me. Yes, I only want to chase, not be chased.
Girl, as far-fetched as it sounds, it is as far-fetched as it is. Girl.
And you explain away why you're unable to find an attainable man in real life who you're attracted to. Have y'all ever done that before? I have.
If you have done this before, say I.
It used to be so awkward, man. My mom used to say little things like, "Ooh, Alysse, this boy here, he 21. Ooh, try to make it a thing." I'm like, I don't want that man.
I've never gotten those things from my parents at all. My parents were tired of all my boyfriends. They were like, "Why can't you just be alone?" Yeah. No, I would be walking in the store with my dad, and like a man would look at me, and my dad would be like, and then they look away. So my protection was my father.
Sounds about like a father. You definitely got that treatment.
This is something that's really difficult to recognize, because in the process of figuring out your sexuality, you question how you feel, and you come back with, well, I definitely have strong feelings for men, and you assume you're straight or bisexual. Or bisexual.
I thought I was bisexual.
Or bisexual. Same. But another important thing to question is, have I correctly labeled and understood what this feeling is, and am I certain that it's actually attraction?
Society puts so much emphasis on the importance and intensity of heterosexual love and attraction that it's important to actively remind yourself that it's possible to love someone and have a deep interest in them without having romantic or sexual feelings towards them. Whew. Especially if that love comes along with another intense interest, like your feelings towards a fictional man in a TV show you love.
Yes. Guess what? That husband you're married to, that boyfriend you have, you could still love them deeply. You can love them so much with your entire soul.
Absolutely.
But they're not you don't love them that way.
Yeah. I was watching 911, the one with Athena Franklin, and in that show, she's married to this man, and like years after they're married and had kids, he's like, I'm gay. Ooh, she was so mad at him.
There's another show.
But look, but then they go to therapy together because they thought that they were gonna, you know, raise their kids still married, even though this man's gay, which was ridiculous. And she was like, deep down, I always knew that you were gay. I just wanted a life with you. They be knowing.
My heart. Yeah, really. I think that's the thing. And there's a show called Almost Family, which just got canceled. I was really getting into it. But it was a show where they finally depicted two lesbian women. They were both lawyers.
Wow.
One was married to her lawyer husband, and the other was a single lesbian with a son. And the one with her husband ends up realizing that she's attracted to women, and you see that dynamic. And I thought it was pretty interesting. They could have done a little bit better, but representation, I guess. So that's all we have for you guys for episode 4. We hope you really enjoyed it. Make sure you stay tuned for our next episode. Episode 5, we'll be talking about the relationships and intimacy with men. So we'll be going a little bit deeper into those little relationships that you have.
Yes.
Again, make sure you like, comment, and please subscribe.
It does so much for us, YouTubers.
Please subscribe and make sure you go to Alysse's channel.
Check out the BTS vlog because you know it's going to be up the same day.
Yes, so come on, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss when episode 5 comes out. And we will see you in the next episode.
Bye.